Thank you for coming on such short notice, Honorary Knight. I know you must be busy. Well, to make a long story short, there's a particular matter at hand that the Knights requires your assistance with. Yes, it has been one thing after another recently. Neither myself nor any of the Mondstadt garrison are able to catch a moment of peace. I have recently received multiple reports from the Knights of someone within the Lawrence clan having close dealings with the Fatui.
The Fatui? Again? But who are the Lawrence clan?
There was a dark period in Mondstadt's history when the aristocracy ruled over the city.
In the manga.
The hard-won freedom that followed with the fall of Decorabian was lost once again as slavery spread throughout the land. The first Dandelion Knight, Vanessa, spearheaded the revolution that overthrew the old aristocratic system and established the Knights of Favonius, leading Mondstadt to become the city that you see today. The aristocrats that had oppressed the people of Mondstadt were none other than the Lawrence clan.
Oh, Paimon gets it! So the clan's descendants are now scheming with the bad guys to carry out more dubious deeds.
We suspect as much, though we have yet to obtain any solid evidence. The reason I summoned you here today is to ask you to help us further investigate this matter. Unfortunately, the Knights of Favonius and the aristocracy have been at odds with one another for as long as I can remember. We've already considered every possible way of resolving our differences, but it seems the descendants of the aristocracy remain antagonistic towards the Knights. No matter what stance we take when dealing with them, the outcome is always the same. Our efforts only result in adding more fuel to the flames. We could come knocking on their door on the grounds of a search warrant, but if the investigation were to come up empty, I'm afraid tensions and distrust would only increase. All of our past efforts would have been wasted. You are in fact the best candidate to represent the Knights of Favonius. But you need not emphasize your role as the honorary knight. You're a traveler from a distant land, and you can approach the aristocrats in this way. Once you come to friendly terms with the Lawrence clan, you should be in a good position to learn more of their possible connections with the Fatui.
Whoa, leave it to Master Jean to come up with such a thorough plan.
Perhaps such plans have become second nature after all the diplomatic issues I've dealt with. The name of the Lawrence clan member in question is Schubert. Lately, he can often be found strolling near the northern city walls. It is said that he is difficult to get along with due to his temperamental disposition, but if we approach him calmly, then things should go off without a hitch. Thanks again for your help. If you run into any snags along the way, I'll do anything in my power to support you.
Yeah, real close up to Jean there. Alright, so...
Huh? Who are you?
Hello, we're here too.
Hello? Did I hear you correctly?
Yes,
hello?
You did.
Huh. And I suppose you think that you can simply strut up here and greet me in such an ignoble and vulgar manner? Given that I don't recognize you, I can only assume that you are a traveler of some variety. I'll have you know that you are speaking with the Schubert Lawrence, a blood descendant of the magnanimous nobility. If you wish to address me, you'd best consider your words more carefully. Such nonchalant manners are inadmissible and will never do. Now, if you're somehow capable of understanding anything I've said, then you will get down on your knees, apologize for your negligent actions, and give me a proper introduction. That is the appropriate etiquette.
That's etiquette? Paimon's never heard of something so complicated before.
Huh. In former times, when people knew their place and respected traditions, such conduct was only basic courtesy when greeting a nobleman. And neglecting your manners would result in a swift whipping.
You know, he's talking a lot for somebody whose clothes aren't really that great.
Rules have been thrown to the wayside and manners forgotten. Ah, I cannot bear to see such degradation. What did you say? You dare question the dignity of the nobility? I'll have you know that though the Lawrence clan is in decline, myself and others of noble blood are looking for a chance to restore our rightful honor. Just look around. The people are unruly and undisciplined. I, however, strive to retain the elegance and etiquette of the nobility. After all, we are of a completely different breed by birth. Save your words. I find your manners and bearing repulsive. I have nothing to discuss with the likes of you. Besides, I am in no way obligated to instruct commoners on basic courtesies.
Well, look who it is.
Well, if it isn't the honorary
I haven't seen
I'm just
you
on my
in
way out to
ages.
gather some intel. I didn't expect to run into you here. Huh? Judging by your expression, you must have run into some trouble. Master Jean tasked us with a special assignment, but things seem to have run aground for the moment. No need to get down on yourself. Sometimes things just don't turn out as planned. Even I can't guarantee useful intel every time I'm dispatched. You just have to keep at it and never give up. Hey, why don't you let me try to help? What's the problem? Master Jean asked us to build a connection with someone named Schubert Lawrence. But it turns out that he's a peculiar character that doesn't listen to anyone, especially Paimon. Aha, Schubert! I know him. Let me guess. He said you didn't have any manners.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I've been on the receiving end of his lectures many a time. The Lawrence clan can be very particular about such things. You mean everyone in the Lawrence clan is just a big headache? As aristocrats, they believe there should be a certain distance between themselves and common folk. I understand their thinking, but that's just not how things are anymore. However, there is one exception among the Lawrence clan, my good buddy Eula.
In-use license agreement?
Buddy? That's right. Not only is she from the Lawrence clan, but she's also captain of the Knights of Favonius 4th Company. Eula is special. She's not quite like the other members of her clan. She has her own beliefs and it shows. In other words, she doesn't really adhere to the strict rules and conventions of her family. However, she's still quite knowledgeable about dealing with the Lawrences. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you meet her. That's strange. If Eula is a member of the Lawrence clan, then why would Master Jean choose us for the task? Couldn't she just ask Eula? Well, it's a little complicated. Basically, the Lawrence clan has frowned upon the fact that Eula joined the Knights. Her family members don't particularly care for her. In their eyes, Eula is nothing but a traitor to the family. She's very easy to get along with. Just explain the situation, and I'm sure she'll help you come up with a way to get along with Schubert. In fact, I think she's out in the wilderness on patrol this morning. You should be able to find her around Stormbear Mountains.
I've been there plenty of times, thanks to Rosaria.
All right, you heard her. Let's go find Eula. Good luck, you two. I've got my own matters to investigate.
Speaking of which, I still gotta get more Valberries so I can get her level 90 when I get there.
The Fatui? What are they doing here? Is that why Eula was sent on patrol here? Let's fight first and talk later.
Not too far. Shouldn't get careless.
There you. Yeah, reinforcements. Oh.
You can't run.
And that's that on that. Nice block. It's everyone waifu as of right now. Oh shit. See, like, that's an action shot. This is what I would have liked to seen in our trailer.
You don't think twice before reaching for your sword, do you? Do you have any idea how long I've been tracking these targets? And now you get to stake a claim. You think you're stronger because you got to them first?
What was that shot?
Vengeance will be mine.
Look at these hips.
What?
That's right. I heard the commotion and came as swiftly as I could, only to find you two already fighting the Fatui. Not only that, you are making quick work of them too. If I didn't make my move, you would have been able to take all the credit. Still, I'm glad you're unscathed. Confronting that number of Fatui at once can be dangerous.
Sorry, Paimon doesn't understand what you mean, but thanks for your concern.
Concern? Why would I be concerned for the safety of
I
my
have an arch nemesis.
Arch enemies? Wait a minute. You were saying how glad you were that we were unscathed.
So which one of us is Goku and one of us is
By which I
Vegeta?
meant, if you were injured, I'd have to escort two strangers guilty of stealing my targets all the way back to Mondstadt. Which would mean you'd cause me even more trouble. My vengeance would be swifter still.
Huh? So that's how you see all this?
Yes, that's me.
Paimon thinks she's pretty strange. Although at least we can communicate with her.
You dare to call someone you've just met strange? Forget the aristocracy. That's rude even by normal standards. Speaking of which, how do you know my name?
This is the honorary knight of the Knights of
I will say,
Favonius.
now that I'm looking at her in
Speaking of
game,
rude,
really,
we're
she
trying
does have
to
a very
investigate an aristocrat
pretty
named
cool
Schubert
design.
Lawrence. He's so obsessed with etiquette that he's not even willing to speak with us.
I understand now. That's my uncle, all right. But why do you mean to investigate him? I see. You have some nerve to faming a family member right in front of me. I will have vengeance for this too.
That's a lot of
No.
vengeance.
This is an assignment from Master Jean. It's just an investigation, that's all.
To the everyday citizens of Mondstadt, everyone in the Lawrence clan is scum. It's natural for rumors and unwarranted gossip to lead to such suspicion.
Hard to avoid such a reputation when you're known as the ruthless rulers of Old Mondstadt.
Oh, so that's what you think of me? Yet another
No,
transgression
there's
to
a
avenge.
face. That's probably gonna get memed.
Didn't you see it first? Oh.
Curious. We've only just met, and you've already given me 3 causes for vengeance. It's been a while since I've encountered anyone as interesting as you. I assume you need me to teach you the conduct of the Lawrence clan. Only then will you finally be able to communicate with my uncle, correct?
That's right. Amber told us to come and talk to you.
Well then, let's begin your training immediately. It'll be easier to train when we're back in Mondstadt. We'll require other people. We can put that aside for now. Besides, if it's the acting Grand Master's assignment, and Amber's the one who recommended me, I should comply.
Well, she listens to reason at least.
Paimon's confused. This girl's all vengeance this and revenge that. But she doesn't seem the least bit angry. Still, Paimon has met bigger winners
Official.
before.
Official in Honkai
You
Impact being
finally
S tier.
arrived. There's
Yeah,
no time
like,
to
you've
spare,
seen how
so
she
we'll begin
plays.
with our
She's
first
a
lesson.
little bit insane in that game. Especially to here. And Oz is going fucking nuts too. Though I do find it very funny
There's
that the
something we
person they
need to clear
picked
up
to
first.
cross
Otherwise
worlds
it'll
was
keep bugging
Fischl,
us.
being that that's kind of her whole kind of shtick, is that she's from a different world and stuff.
So that's still on your mind, huh? Maybe you're the ones who can't let things go. Don't worry, there's a time and place for exacting vengeance. Besides, I'm not in the mood for any right now. Best save it for later.
You need to be in the right mood for vengeance.
Well, then,
I already have a long list of vengeance to exact. Even if I wanted to begin now, I'd have to start in the right order. Who knows how long it will be before I get to you?
Well, if you have so much to take care of, wouldn't it just be easier to give us a clean slate?
Absolutely not. Stealing my targets, calling me a ruthless ruler, and suspecting my uncle. All worthy of vengeance in my eyes. But you needn't worry, at least not whilst we're investigating this matter. I'm sure you're familiar with the phrase, a man of moral integrity fears no slanderous attack. If Uncle Schubert didn't commit any wrongdoing, then any such investigation will prove fruitless. But if he did commit a wrongful act, then he should bear the full punishment. I'm sure you understand.
Of course.
Good. Now, there are two key points that aristocrats attach great importance to. Your manner of speech and your bearing. Let's begin with your manner of speech. Aristocrats have a very unique way of carrying conversation, even with mundane daily topics.
Oh, Paimon's already learned some unique conversation. Mark my words, vengeance will be
Why did I see that coming?
Not even close. And besides, it sounds strange.
Hey! Paimon learned it from you! And didn't you say not to call others strange?
Yeah, that's a point.
Seems you don't respect the rules of your own clan.
No, I've no need to trouble myself with such frivolous formalities. Here, allow me
Also,
to
how are you doing,
demonstrate.
Eddie?
For example, when
How are
greeting a friend,
things with
you
being,
could say, as the morning
what's it
dew
called?
greets the
World
coming
level
dawn,
7 now.
so do I greet you, my dear friend.
As the morning dew does what now?
Yeah, I missed all of
However,
that.
such a phrase may only be used during the morning hours. Also, the party with whom you're speaking must be of approximately the same status as you. Morning dew is not uncommon, so it expresses that friendship should not be measured by value, yet also suggests that friendship between aristocrats is pure like water. Oh, no. You must be prudent with your words. Calling someone a good friend could easily offend them.
But didn't you just say my dear friend in your example? Paimon's confused.
Yes, I did. But you must know in the Lawrence family, dear friend is a set phrase that can only be used
Quote-unquote
towards
proper
certain friends
etiquette
with
is
whom one is
strange, and I don't ever want to
but not
really learn it.
particularly close. It sounds much
Seems
more
strong
pleasant
enough
to call
for
an
it not
acquaintance
matter.
a
Yeah,
dear friend.
I figured when I got to
So
that
another
point,
thing to
really,
remember.
like, it
Aristocrats
really
are
didn't make
concerned
much of a
with face
difference
and
when
being
I
polite.
went up those levels.
However, if you were to use dear friend to address an intimate friend, the recipient would think that you were deliberately trying to estrange them. This is only the first step in making a greeting. After addressing one another, you then exchange courtesies.
Wait. This is all too abstract. Perhaps it would be better if you gave some real-life demonstrations.
Very well.
Yep, and you're
Come
gonna
with me.
notice
We'll
pretty
choose some
big difference
bystanders
when
to
you do
converse
it
with.
too. Outside, of course, of zapping all your resources. Also, another thing is, it's interesting. They've talked about the Honkai Impact thing. It's interesting that you can get Fischl, but you can't get Keqing. She's only a part of the quote-unquote event story. And they've changed her drastically in that game. So it's like, I wonder what's up with that. Maybe it's because a lot of people complain about Keqing in Genshin Impact, and then you see how crazy she is in Honkai. It's just like, hey, what the fuck is this?
Oh, you're Eula of the Lawrence clan, right? This can't be good.
You there, lowly laborer. You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility... what comes next?
Shouldn't you know this?
Oh, right. By solemnly kneeling to the ground with utmost sincerity.
Huh? I can't make heads or tails of anything you're saying.
Hold on. What did they always teach me? Whenever a dispute arises, protection of your family's prestige and dignity always takes precedence. Got it. As a lowly commoner, you shall maintain absolute reverence when speaking with those under which you so graciously toil. How dare you speak in such a manner?
Is everyone from the Lawrence clan so strange? The days of the Lawrence clan's tyranny have long passed. I don't care what you're trying to do. Just
Well,
beat
damn.
them.
Gushing would be too much. Plus, what those things they were doing with Electro, and Gushing standing out more from those mysterious people we don't talk about. Yeah. It's just like a lot of people consider Keqing to be one of the weaker 5 stars, and then you see her in the Honkai Impact. It's just like, well, why can't she do that? Especially when you have like DPS people like Ganyu and other people like that. I play Keqing, just play Keqing, so it doesn't really matter that much to me. She kind of glitched. He's just getting this thing.
Like I said, I don't care what you're doing. I have nothing to say to any member of the Lawrence clan. And here's a word of advice. I wouldn't be caught dead walking too closely with any one of their like in Mondstadt. If that's all, I'll be going. I'm afraid I won't be able to control myself if we talk any longer.
Hey! Don't leave! Halt! Mark my words, vengeance will be mine!
Wow, the Lawrence name really does carry a terrible reputation.
Never mind him. I could have predicted as much. Let's find someone else.
Alright, let's try Lino. See if this is any better. Because that did not go well.
You there, lowly
What the
toiler.
fuck is a toiler?
You stand in the presence of a member of the illustrious Lawrence clan. I have words for you. Please acknowledge the glory bestowed upon thee by the nobility, and solemnly kneel to the ground with utmost sincerity. Huh? Why don't you respond? According to the custom, I must wait until you kneel completely before I can say the next words. Right. I mustn't look at you too long, or I'll be drawing more attention to our difference in status. Oh dear, I've already stared at you for quite a while. Fine. You may spare yourself the formality of kneeling, as it may be a little inconvenient.
This is awkward as fuck.
I shall continue. Oh, wait. I think there's a line for people with rude attitudes in this situation.
Hey, stop bothering me or else I might say something you wouldn't like to hear. Then again, I've got no words for anyone from the Lawrence clan.
Again? What's with this attitude?
Yes, I don't think his attitude will change. If I keep grandstanding like this, the outcome won't be good. Let's try to find someone else to talk to. I'll remember your unwillingness to comply. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine.
I'm starting to see the meme now.
You there, lowly worker.
Yeah, I've already heard it all before. Look, just spare me the time. Our answer's always the same. We've got nothing to say to the likes of you. I mean, seriously, can't you just take a hint?
Please calm down. We don't want to cause any trouble.
I know she's a Knight of Favonius, and that the Knights wouldn't misplace their trust, but the name Lawrence carries too much weight with it.
Oh, the funny thing is, I
Even
can
to
literally say this is Twitter in a
the
nutshell
descendants of the
when it comes to
Lawrence clan
Eula.
are still scheming to
Boycott
reclaim
Eula.
Mondstadt and reinstate their aristocratic rule. And if that wasn't enough, here you are purposefully using their awkward way of speaking just to put on an act? Don't you care for the feelings of us ordinary folk?
You have a point. But mark my words, this transgression will not go unnoticed.
Huh? You want to fight? Listen here, I may be no match for you, but I'll be sure to lodge a complaint with the Knights of Favonius. I'm sorry, but I want her to understand that
Pretty
I'm
much.
serious. Listen here, If you don't want things to get more unpleasant, then you'd better just stop.
Forget it. There's no point in quarreling any further. Let's go. It's all right. This happens quite often. Let's find someone else to talk to.
Normally when like one of the quote-unquote NPC guys are like mean to like the waifu or whatever, they tend to become the meme of like the worst hated person. So I wonder if any of those three will be like the worst hated person from this quest.
What can we do? The Lawrence name is already a dirty word among every household in Mondstadt. Even 3-year-olds know the story. I see this kind of attitude all the time. Don't worry. What with me being a Knight of Favonius, they're usually willing to speak a few words with me. Perhaps my aristocratic manner of speech provoked them today. Believe me, it's not a big issue.
So this is the way things are normally for you? There's no need for them to direct their anger at you personally.
That's the way things are. Perhaps it's just fate for those who have made mistakes. Accepting punishment is only fair, right? But when your family has committed atrocities, I'm afraid there's no easy path to reconciliation. As memories are carried in the city breeze, the faults of such grievances are passed from one generation to the next.
It's a pretty cool shot.
It is now my turn to bear this burden. At
like
least
that
I
last shot,
I
could see being like a wallpaper
compared to the elders of my family. I have nothing to be discontented about.
Yeah, why were you so willing to try and demonstrate for us?
Oh, that reminds me. That last person will not escape my vengeance either. Let's leave it at that. Just think of it as something I like to do. But unfortunately, you probably didn't learn much from those conversations. It seems we have no other choice but to find more people to talk to.
No need! Besides, the Traveler's pretty sharp, and nothing gets in our way on an adventure. Paimon thinks we got the gist of it now. Right? Right? We'll just have to roll with it for now. Let's just keep Eula from getting anyone else riled up.
Well then, I'm glad you learned something. You're already halfway toward mastering aristocratic conduct. A proper manner of speech is more aesthetic than anything else. It stems from their taste for refinement. But we must also practice your bearing. I have a very effective way of training for this. Come with me to Dragonspine.
It's so cold. Does aristocrat training really need to be done here?
If you wish to truly achieve the dignified conduct of an aristocrat, you must learn to remain composed and elegant even amidst harsh conditions. For example, you can see that part of the path up ahead is quite difficult to traverse. But a well-trained aristocrat would not only effortlessly proceed forward, but do so without a stain on their garment and their elegance fully intact.
Okay.
Paimon thinks we've left the realm of aristocrats and entered the realm of adventuring. Compared to what we've already seen, this should be a piece of cake. Uh-huh. This is where you can finally apply some of your adventuring knowledge.
You look pretty confident this time. All right, let's get started. Remember, you must be graceful and elegant. Don't get knocked or launched into the air.
You look
that would
smiling.
be most unsightly.
I wonder if I can cheese this.
Stabilize! Solidify!
That was a thing.
Not bad. A lot better than I had anticipated, at least.
It just seems like it's such an easy thing to do. So just shield and walk.
Paimon almost didn't make it through. Whew. Good thing we didn't get stuck. So, Are we aristocrats now?
Don't flatter yourselves. We've only just begun. This scenario was relatively simple. In the face of a real
That's how
battle,
you did it
one
too,
would
yeah.
seldom have a chance
The
to stop
second
and
she said don't
evaluate the
take damage
situation.
or anything, the second I thought,
There's a
should I just
ley line
shield my way
monolith
through
just up
this?
ahead that will attract nearby monsters. True elegance is the ability to calmly yet swiftly make decisions in the heat of battle. My family set only the highest expectations for me, even as a child. Let's proceed, shall we? This is the ley line monolith. Go ahead, activate it. But be careful not to get launched into the air or frozen while fighting. That would be most unsightly.
Stabilize.
I need more shit.
Gather.
Crit rate.
Stabilize.
Was that excessive? Yes. Did I care?
Your
No.
performance was most impressive.
Staff of Homisa and Rosario, of course. Why would I not do that? The only other person I would put it on that I have on my squad would be Zhongli. And I'm not planning on making him a DPS. Well,
Given such an outstanding performance, it seems there is
I
little
mean,
left
outside
for me
of
to teach you.
Zhang Ling, and I would give her the Crescent Pike if I was going to make her a DPS, which I'm not.
Like Paimon said, adventuring is our specialty. So, that's it for our training, right? Then let's get out of Dragon Spine before Paimon turns into a popsicle.
Hold on. I was commending the traveler's performance just
Make you
now.
emotionally ill.
You, on the other hand, seem to have made no progress at all.
What? You mean Paimon was also part of the training?
Yeah, Staff of
Yes,
Homa is
course.
one of her
You were frantically
most
flying and dashing about throughout the entire thing. Not an
charted
elegant sight at
weapons
all.
to use.
Did you even
outside of
listen
the
to
Jade
anything I
Sphere.
was trying to teach you?
Yeah, that's it. It's too cold here. Besides, Paimon was paying attention to the traveler.
What I wish I
Whatever
had
the
was
reason,
Zhang
not
Li's
heeding my
spear.
instructions.
Because I feel
A
like
cause
that
for
would be
vengeance,
great.
perhaps.
I have Zhang Li.
Now, drink this.
Huh? What is it? Are you trying to poison Paimon?
Certainly not. It's warm milk. Didn't you just say that you were freezing? Drink it and it'll help warm you up.
Huh.
Oh, thank you. Are
I
you
was not expecting her to give us warm
planning
milk.
on the whole vengeance thing?
If I wasn't,
Also, that
then
explains
why
that
would I
meme
care
I've
about
been
you being
seeing.
cold? If you turned into a Paimon popsicle, that would ruin my plans for vengeance now, wouldn't it? So, dear friend, don't die on me
Yeah, I've been
here.
seeing that around, Eddie.
Paimon knew something was off.
And no, I didn't make it a tweet.
All in the name of vengeance. No need to thank me. Now then, given that your training is complete,
You
it's time we return to
sure?
Mondstadt. Our last step will be preparing a cordial gift to present to my uncle when you meet him. I already have something in mind. Let's pay Sarah a visit at Good Hunter.
Alright, now let's get the heck out of here. Let me see.
Oh, hey, Eula. I see you've met the honorary knight.
Yeah, from Mass Effect 2.
Seems we're just bound to run into you these days.
Well, I just got back and was thinking about
He's
grabbing
the,
a bite of Good Hunter.
The black guy.
Now that you're here,
that
why
you
don't
meet.
we all eat together?
Very well. It's been some time since we've last shared a meal together. Come, take a seat. We can discuss my uncle's gift while we eat.
Yes? Is there something else you'd like to order?
Could you please prepare a serving of my uncle's favorite, gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut? We'll take it as a gift to him later.
Coming right up. It'll take some time to prepare. I'll have it here at the counter once it's ready.
Hold on a moment. Is this satisfying salad also something that Amber ordered?
No, she didn't order it. But because she didn't
It's-
order any vegetables, I
it's
thought
really-
I'd throw in a salad on the house.
Well, let
You
me
know,
do this
to
first.
contrast all the meat dishes.
So, we clearly didn't order this, yet you prepared it without authorization. Mark my words, this transgression will not
Dang,
go
so much
unnoticed.
vengeance in one single day.
You're gonna take revenge on her for giving us a free salad?
You should know me by now. That's the kind of villainous character I am. Well then, please wait a moment while I get the dish for your uncle started.
Delicious unauthorized delicacies. Sarah will pay for this.
Why would you choose gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut as a gift for your uncle?
Sarah is best
Simon's
girl.
never even heard that dish before.
This dish isn't actually on Good Hunter's menu. Only long-standing patrons such as my uncle would know about the dish. The old aristocrat seemed
Yeah,
to take a
Eula
liking to it.
Tsundere is
Because of the sour flavor of the sauerkraut, not too many people are fond of it these days. I guess it's become less popular over time. Eula treated me to the dish once, and I couldn't even finish a bite. I've nicknamed it gebratenes Fleisch mit Vengeance ever since. Ugh.
I never expected us to have such completely different tastes in food. If I weren't in such a good mood, I'd say that constitutes grounds for transgression. Of course not. It's hard to find someone in Mondstadt that attracts contempt as much as she does.
It's fine when you're just joking between us, but I'm afraid our honorary knight might misunderstand you. Eula's always talking about vengeance, but that's just how she is. It's nothing you should take too seriously.
But I am serious, and I'll remember every transgression committed against me. Ugh, it's no wonder so many people dislike you.
Paimon's starting to realize that Eula is actually a very good person. There's no need to be so awkward when you want to say something nice.
Listen,
Yeah,
you've never
like
been labeled
MiHoYo
as a social
needs to
pariah,
stop
have
like
you?
playing around.
What?
Fucking buff
well,
Amber.
No?
That don't make no damn sense.
So that's why you wouldn't
That
understand how
like
hard it is
pretty
for a
much
bad
most of the
person to
free
try to be
4
good.
stars,
It's impossible
like
for
when
me,
you really look
and I
at
have
them,
no
are
intention
still
of
pretty
acting like a
fucking
good
strong.
person.
And then you have
All
Amber.
right, no need to
It's
look
just
so
like,
sullen.
what were you
I'm
doing?
just kidding. Come on, let's eat. The food is getting cold.
Oh, I'm stuffed. I'll see
Especially
Sarah
since you were
about the
really
bill.
pushing her like
No need. I've
some
left
of
the
your
moral under the
advertising
plate.
stuff in the
If you
beginning.
try to settle it with her in person,
Like,
she
come
won't
on, dude.
accept payment for the salad. Don't underestimate my ability to exact revenge. Sarah won't get the upper hand this time.
Cute.
All right. Next, you should pay my uncle a visit. He has a small camp at the top of the mountain near Springvale. He usually whiles his time away there when there's nothing else to do.
Aren't you coming with us, Eula?
I'm afraid that wouldn't be very convenient for me. It'd be better if you two went alone. Ah, yes. Please do remember to pick up the dish from Sarah.
I still have more recon to do in the wilderness. Well, until next time.
Let's meet
Oh,
again.
yeah.
What an interesting
It'll be
bunch you
a
are.
good day when she finally gets buff. And gets the recognition she actually deserves. Because unlike Vinci, I actually like Amber's
the
character.
gebratenes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut is ready to go.
I just hate that
Be
they
sure to eat it
just
while
did
it's
her
hot.
so wrong.
Otherwise, the flavor will be spoiled. And by the way, don't worry too much when Eula says strange things. She's actually a very good person.
Paimon's been meaning to ask. No one could stand the sight of Eula when she was trying to speak with the others in Mondstadt earlier. But she seemed to get along fine with you and Amber just now. What's up with that?
people of Mondstadt don't take kindly to anyone bearing the Lawrence name.
Have
They're
her eyes
unable
always
to
been
see
that
past her
red?
family. Therefore,
I've never
they don't
noticed.
actually see Eula for herself. So no matter what Eula tries to do, it's seen as a wrongdoing. It essentially strips the meaning of anything she tries to accomplish.
How come you're able to see Eula differently then?
Well, when she joined the Knights of Favonius, it caused quite an uproar. Many people signed a petition demanding that the Knights reverse their decision. At the same time, numerous members of the Lawrence clan crowded the entrance of the Knights of Favonius headquarters, clamoring for Eula to give an explanation.
Oh, so both sides were unhappy.
Queen
That's
Froze.
right. So you can imagine how
How are you, dear?
determined Eula must have been under such circumstances. But thanks to Grandmaster Varka and the unwavering attitudes of others in the Knights of Favonius, they were able to quell the unrest. Tensions still remain beneath the surface, I'm afraid. In the eyes of the people, she's a stain on the Knights of Favonius. And in the eyes of the Lawrence clan, she's a disgrace to her family. But she simply fulfills her duty as a knight, silently helping one person after another, myself included.
Hey Manor,
People like
how are
Eula should
you?
be approached
And
with care
no,
and
I've not seen
understanding.
Army
She
of the
could
Dead.
stand to be treated a little more fairly. I believe a day will come when
I
things will
have
get
seen
better.
Once everything's settled,
y'all
we should
liked
go
it,
talk to
which is
Eula
good.
again. Paimon thinks we
'Cause
know
I'd say
how to
that's,
communicate with her now.
A nice return
I'm
of Zack.
glad. I think that would make
Zack
her
Snyder.
very happy. Though she might not
making
ever
some
admit
good
it.
movies again.
Take care.
Well, outside of course
Please
Justice
come
League.
again.
Well, that's hit or miss here.
The tent seems to be pretty tattered, but there's a really fancy chair.
Huh.
Could this be another aristocratic custom?
Ah, it's you again. I thought I had rid myself of you two. Magnanimous. Yes, indeed, that is true. Very well. I'm certainly not one to be narrow-minded. I'll overlook your previous misconduct for now and listen to what you have to say.
Wow, this guy thinks so highly of himself.
Ah, a kindred spirit, I see.
I feel like I'm
Yes, we must
speaking a
resist
different
the
language.
blundering knights
With
of
the what I just
Favonius.
said.
You are true and principled. Impressive. My intentions were to test your humility. It appears you have become well versed in our etiquette.
Oh, so he was testing us. Sheesh, what an ordeal.
Your conduct is satisfactory. I must say, such progress in such a short time is practically unfathomable. If I may ask, from whence did you learn such a civilized manner of speech? Ah, good. Very good. You are bright, and compared with the common folk of Mondstadt, you certainly have potential. If you were of aristocratic blood, your prospects would be promising indeed.
By the way, we brought a gift. Ahem. Paimon means we would like to present you with a small token of our goodwill.
Could this be? Gebratnes Fleisch mit Sauerkraut?
So, has
It's
anyone
evident
actually
that
had
your
sauerkraut
sentiment
before?
is genuine.
I've never
As
had
a
it.
young person nowadays,
Mainly because my mom
only
never
with
liked
no
it, and she
small
never
effort
wanted
could
it
you
in the
achieve
house.
such a dish.
I'm wondering if
It's
it
been
tastes
so
any good.
long since I dug into a big, tasty... I beg your pardon. What I mean to say is, since it's nearly mealtime, I shall partake. Ah, yes. This aroma, just as I remember it. And this exquisite sour flavor. A delicacy that only us noblemen and women
Not
could
exactly
appreciate.
sounding appealing.
Now even Paimon's starting to wonder what it tastes
Same.
like.
I acknowledge your genuine goodwill. Such sincerity must certainly imply that you come bearing a request. Wait, so you've come to know of this, too? It was meant to be a family secret. Well, considering your meticulous etiquette, you must be a talent of unusual fortitude. I'm willing to place my full trust in you. Please, come with me. We happen to be in need of competent fellows like yourself. To see some friends from a distant land. They have offered their
It's
assistance
Aku, the
in
shape-shifting
restoring the
master of
Lawrence
darkness.
clan to its former glory.
So he trusts us solely based on your etiquette.
Hey, Tiger. How are you?
Well then, let's get going, shall we? You'll understand everything in due course.
That is ominous as fuck as it start raining. But I have been interested to know what it tastes like a little bit.
Why have you put on
Not
a
this
mask
damn
all of a
mask
sudden?
again. We are literally doing this again.
Even if they are powerful, our status is
It's a
much
weird thing
higher
Erica
than theirs in the
would
land of
say,
Mondstadt.
try once. Huh. Alright. The map is just the worst. Not my cup of tea, though. Fair enough.
And therefore, we shouldn't allow them to admire our true faces so easily. I see.
Good thinking. Paimon thought for sure they'd recognize us.
Let's proceed, shall we? I'll introduce you as my guest.
So, I'm pretty sure if they don't recognize us, this is going to be similar to, that one
As
thing
you'll see in
from,
a moment, there are many
that
already
show,
helping us.
Phineas and Ferb,
I heard that this area had already been purged once by the Knights of Favonius.
where, like,
But it's the only
Dr.
place around
Doofenshmirtz never
Mondstadt
realized
is
that
well
it's Perry the
concealed and
Platypus.
spacious enough. Although it has fallen
He's
into
an arcane
disrepair
world.
and does not suit the taste
Yeah,
of
he's
the
not too
nobility,
bright.
we simply have
Even
to
though he's
make do
supposedly
for
an
now.
aristocrat.
Sorry. Can we walk any
We're going slow as
faster?
fuck.
Of course not. An aristocrat always moves with grace in his steps. Moving hurriedly is unacceptable.
Hey, you do you, man. I have Rosaria.
As expected.
He always walks like a model.
Ratatouille.
As expected.
Because we always see them around the city. They must be very powerful.
Huh. Nothing more than foreign ruffians with power and the ability to flaunt it. But they are favorable business.
Hold it right there.
Okay.
Who's this?
I don't think they were supposed to cut him off there.
If you really must know, they're my guests.
Well, like we should have maybe
If you
a
happen
couple
to
seconds
offend
more
them
of
in
walking
even the
before
slightest,
they cut him
you
off
will
there.
be held accountable by the Lawrence clan.
But this matter is of utmost secrecy. We must exercise
Look at this
caution.
mustache you have.
You dare question the ways of a nobleman? I don't have time for this. Make way.
No need to sound all high and mighty like that. Fine. You may proceed.
This Fatui right here stands out like a sore thumb.
They don't dare to question you.
Of course. That is the benefit of prestige.
Well, okay then.
In past times, it would be a dire offense to speak to a nobleman in such a manner. We could determine a person's fate with the blink of an eye. Huh. And such glory will return to me again before long.
Where have I seen this person before?
I mean, Lumine's model is fairly unique in
May I ask,
Mondstadt.
is this?
Or in pretty
We
much
mustn't bring
anywhere in
just
Teyvat, I'm pretty
anyone
sure.
here.
This is our new ally that I've recently met. They are completely trustworthy. You have the word of the Lawrence clan.
Our plans are strictly confidential. It's not wise to bring in an outsider at this time. Furthermore, there's been word that an outlander who joined the Knights of Favonius has been very active in Mondstadt recently.
Don't be ridiculous. Besides, my guest is well versed in the etiquette of the nobility. I must treat them with the proper mutual respect. The Knights of Favonius.
The more this guy goes,
pay no
like,
regard to such details. They could never understand
less
the
bright he
intricacies of
seems.
our etiquette.
And what about this thing?
You mean Paimon?
Enough! You dare question my word? Need I remind you who it is who has made your activity in Mondstadt possible? Without the support of the Lawrence clan, you would have all been driven out by the Knights of Favonius like dogs. You must immediately
Interesting.
offer your sincerest apologies
So
to my
that's why
friend.
they have that embassy
You've
there.
offended their honor.
Fine. I'll take your word and make no further inquiries. Now, to the matter at hand. Did you bring the diagram of Mondstadt's defenses as promised?
Oh, so that's what's going on here.
Yes, of course. Here it is.
Let me see. Aha. Why is it so poorly drawn? Everything's so squiggly and crooked. And what is this shape supposed to be?
Excuse me? I'll have you know that I went to great lengths to carefully draw this map by hand myself. That shape is the symbol of the Knights of Favonius.
Ah, I see. Crude, but I can make do. Are you able to verify that this is all reliable information?
Of course, you needn't worry about that. Don't forget what we agreed upon. The flag of the Lawrence clan will fly above the Knights of Favonius headquarters. The rights to that building, as well as the whole of Mondstadt, belong to the Lawrence clan.
Yes, we will both profit from this agreement. There's no use haggling over the details. We will make good use of the intel you provided.
It's clearly a
Also,
reason you should haggle
be
these
certain not to
details.
divulge our identity. There would be diplomatic consequences, you know.
Don't worry, this matter is only between you and I. And my new friend here. No one else will know of it. Once this is over, I shall stand atop the Favonius headquarters and rebuke their pathetic rule over Mondstadt. Then, the city and all its people will once again be under the rightful and unwavering rule of the Lawrence clan. Perfect. Just as it once was, and just as it should be.
Did his mask pop in?
May I remind you once again that we mustn't act rashly. That is all. For now.
Very well.
Huh? What are you doing?
That's right! It's Paimon and their trusty companion Paimon! We're here to crush your evil schemes into dust! Dust!
So this was all just a ploy to deceive me?
It's your own fault! Who would put so much trust in someone based purely on their manners?
After so much planning, this is how it ends? Huh? We'll see about that!
Just as I expected. I knew I should have never trusted these foolish aristocrats. No matter, we already have the intel we need. Get them!
They're running off in different directions.
Oh, hello.
Paimon remembers that this place is a dead end. Let's take care of the Fatui first and then deal with Schubert later.
Send this quickly and run!
Punishment!
I slipped up.
You can't run!
Door is open. Let's go!
Let's see. Well, hello, Eula.
Is that Eula?
I guess this is going to be the part where we get to play you and try you
Get out of my way!
in a dungeon.
I'll leave on my own!
It seems we finally caught up with you. This place is crawling with Fatui. Oh, it's you. It seems your investigation went well.
Aha! I see now. So you're the one that taught them our etiquette. And I thought you despised such pleasantries. Furthermore, there is a rule in our family. Such traditions are never to be taught to outsiders.
Ah yes, rings a bell. So what? I had no reason not to teach them.
You have brought shame to our family and ruined my plans. It's all for naught now.
I know that you poured great efforts into these plans, Uncle. But you were well aware that it was not the right thing to do. As a Knight of Favonius, I could not overlook your actions.
Knight of Favonius? Let's get one thing straight. I am your uncle, and you are a member of the Lawrence clan. You should strive to restore your family's glory. You still have a chance. Defeat every Knight of Favonius here, and leave with me. Then I shall plead with the family to spare you, and give you a new beginning.
So just to be clear, you want a Knight of Favonius to attack the Knights of Favonius?
I shall say this one last time.
I use the Knights of Favonius to beat the Knights of
Favonius. You are a descendant of the Lawrence clan. The
The
blood
heck
of
is
the
it
Lawrence
shaking?
clan flows in your veins. You must comply with the will of the family.
Since when have I ever complied with the will of the family?
Why, you unruly maid!
If anyone should be angry, it should be me. As a member of the Lawrence clan, you knowingly plotted against the city of Mondstadt and threatened its safety. Had you ever stopped to consider the trouble it would bring to so many people? Had you considered how many enemies you would make trying to keep the plans under wraps?
You dare lecture me?
That's right. In the name of the family that you so dearly revere, Uncle Schubert. I've never experienced the age of glory you always speak of. And I've never understood our family's incessant pursuit of it. But I am capable of discerning right from wrong, and I deeply understand what freedom means to the people of Mondstadt. The Lawrence clan should never and will never become what you've dreamed it to be.
Interesting.
Oh, the disgrace of it all! How could such a rebellious monster emerge from our own family?
Yo, that man look old as fuck.
Things have started to get pretty hysterical here. Politeness and elegance seem to have gone out the window.
That's enough fuss for today. You two, take him away. The honorary knight and I have other matters to attend to. Given that you've already taken action, I assume you've come across some conclusive evidence?
Paimon took a peek at their diagram. Your uncle had mapped out all of the Knight's patrol routes and marked out key information
That
about
had to take a
Mondstadt.
long ass time.
And there was me thinking that he was just another elder of the family. And a lazy one at that. I never suspected he could stoop this low. So stubborn. Mark my words, vengeance will be mine. Let's discuss this later. Our first priority is recovering that diagram.
Hey, out of curiosity, what do they have on you? Of course. It's 69. Interesting. Really? This is the artifacts you have on her? Huh. Alright. I would have completely thought you would have put the Pale Flame, but that was that's mad different from what I had? Really? Hold on, cancel. You had a full Noblesse set? What the fuck? That's very weird. I am confusion. Well, huh. Wonder what that's about. I'm gonna have to look into that and see what that's all going on. Let me wait and see what this thing is. It could be a world level thing. We shall see. Because I'm going to do this on my other account. And if it's... What the fuck? Oh.
Let's dance. Yeah.
Crush.
Cover. Must counterattack.
Eye for an eye.
Interesting.
So quiet.
Gather.
I'll protect us.
Beg for mercy.
I see through you. Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
Crush.
You can't run. Well, looks like I went too far.
Gather.
Beg for mercy.
An unfortunate fault.
Shudder. I condemn you.
I can kind of see how she flows. The weapon's the same at least? Yeah. That'd be even weirder if they took away the Scarlet Pride.
Crush.
Hello.
Solidify.
Freeze to the core.
Quickly.
Lights out.
This is bad.
Shudder.
I guess this is it.
Crush.
Nice and quick. Hey, yeah.
This should be
Judgment.
Yeah.
Beg for mercy.
It isn't time. We'll break you.
Crush.
That's not what I wanted.
Rack and ruin.
No backing off.
More speed.
Out of the frying pan.
It isn't time. We'll break you. My duty.
Stabilize.
Must counterattack.
Yeah.
Damn it. I keep pressing the wrong thing.
Shudder. Beg for mercy.
I'm gonna learn this effect will last.
Death.
Shudder.
I did not need
Blood
to do
of
that.
frost.
Damn it. This is what happens when you play different games. You get the fucking controls mixed up.
That's where they put the diagram.
Just here, huh? I guess there's no other option but to fight.
Shiver. Crush.
You dare provoke me! Fatui, come forth and dispose of them!
Eye for an eye.
Can't run from dead.
Stabilize.
Nice and spicy.
I must collect myself.
Shudder.
Pardon.
Beg for mercy. This must be it. They may very well have
like
already
last
made a
night I
copy of
played
it.
the forest, and the jump button is on triangle, and unfortunately that's the alt button here. It's like, fuck.
But without my uncle as their puppet, there'd be no use in them attacking the city.
The Fatui wouldn't have relied only on your uncle.
True. But if their plan had hinged purely on taking Mondstadt by force, as opposed to with the help of a puppet, they could have spared themselves the trouble. The Fatui are dishonest, but they wouldn't go as far as to start an open war. Their opposition wouldn't just be Mondstadt alone. Anyway, I'll inform the acting Grandmaster. She'll know how to handle things from here.
I'm not fully sure, because the way that game works is weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like where everything is on the in the game, like when you press the pause button, I don't really see like a setting system, and the setting system might be in a different weird place, but like I've never found it. And maybe it's easier on PC to rebind your keys, but on the PS4 version,
about that.
I don't
Because you
know
stole my
where it
targets
could
by
be.
attacking the Fatui I'd been tracking earlier. I came to exact my vengeance. You tried to do my job for me, and I'm here to return the favor.
Finally!
Another game I tend to mix controls with is Avengers, because the way you sprint in Avengers is different than the way you sprint in this game. So I end up starting to use my E's when I don't mean to.
So you brought a team to take a look.
My purpose was vengeance. Don't twist the story. You don't look too bright, but it turns out you have a knack for scheming. And mark my words, I'll remember that.
Hey, what do you mean Paimon doesn't look too bright?
You have seeded a deep enmity between us. Just you wait. Even if you were to be completely destroyed, I would never forget you.
Bring it on!
I like your fighting spirit. I'll take this diagram back to the Knights of Favonius and take it from here.
Sure. Well, see you around.
That you will. And make sure not to steal my targets next time.
Bye, Eula. I'll pull for you when you do your reroll, not reroll. When your banner comes around again, because I don't have enough Primo gems to do it this time. Whoop, I did not mean to do that.